Okay, everybody, I guess we are good to start for the day. Everybody in the class, please confirm the chat box if you all can see my screen and hear my voice loud and clear. Thank you. Perfect. So, good morning, everybody. Welcome back. So, today onwards, we are going to step into the world of agents and agentic AI. Now, remember, I am using the term agents and agentic AI separately. And there's a reason behind it, which you are going to understand in next 3 to 4 lectures. Okay? So, in short, today, when I say we are going to learn agents, technically what I'm trying to say here is we are going to start our journey on creating applications that has autonomy, that can think, that can plan and perform an action. So, the biggest question that usually people ask whenever we start this topic is why agents? Why not just LLM calls? A very common question, basically. So, see, till now, what all things you have learned, okay? Till now, you all have learned what all things we did. So, I can say we did prompting, yes or no? We did chains, we did RAG. But all these things are nothing but LLM inside a box. Inside a box means it's a single component basically. Today what we are going to do is today we are going to add more components. So today we are making LLMs start thinking. We are making LLMs help, I can say decide. So LLMs will think, it will decide, it will break task into valid subtask, and of course lastly it will call tools. So technically speaking, in a nutshell, what we are trying to achieve, we are trying to create an app, I can say, that feel like ChatGPT. When I say ChatGPT, I'm not talking about the UI and all. I'm focusing on the point, autonomy, and tool use. And yes, this will be eventually elevated further. So ideally speaking, till now you all have learned these things. Now we are going to use LLM as a reasoning tool also. See, till now, all the time, whenever we used LLMs in any architecture, whether you're talking about chain plus LLM or normal LLM call, or maybe RAG inside RAG with LLM, retriever plus LLM, what we have done in every case, LLM is inside the box. He's simply answering questions either based on his complete knowledge or partially based on the context provided and partially based on his knowledge. This is what was happening till date, till yesterday. Today, LLM will not just answer the query based on context or based on his knowledge, but also LLM, we will force the system to make LLM think, decide, break a given task into a set of subtasks, and also call relevant tools to complete the task. This is what is something we are going to learn. So what I'm trying to say here is something which is demonstrated very good in this diagram. If you see this block diagram. Till now, we had only the LLM layer. We didn't had this layer, the third part. what we had was LLM there. Now LLM used to receive a question and he used entire knowledge, or LLM received question plus prompt and he used his knowledge, or LLM receiving context from retriever plus his knowledge to respond. This was happening till yesterday, and this was nothing but your Gen AI application. So till this phase, if I just annotate here, till this phase is your Gen AI application, which you all have practiced till yesterday. Okay, this is your Gen AI application. Now from here, what are we trying to achieve? We are trying to achieve autonomy, and we are going step by step. I am not directly jumping into agentic. Why? First, you need to understand how LLM achieves autonomy in decision making. Autonomy in decision making means what? I am not going to hard code and I am not going to create a function to call relevant tool. For example, if I ask LLM, what is 2 plus 2? I am not going to create a function saying that if you get a mathematical operation, please call calculator. No, I am not going to do that. As a matter of fact, I am going to build an agent. I am going to build an agent wherein the agent will analyze the question and agent will figure out for me which tool or which technique should be used to achieve the solution. Should he use the LLM's knowledge? Should he use Google search? Should he use Python REPL? Or should he use calculator? So technically, we are going to start achieving autonomy from today onwards, wherein an agent will be responsible to reason and identify which tool or which component in my entire architecture can help achieve solution to a given task or to a given query. Okay, so here now we are taking things one step ahead. So for this, like I said just now, I have used one jargon called agents. Now what are agents in general? If I want to keep a simple analogy, let me just remove this annotation for a minute. If I want to keep a simple analogy to make you understand what is an agent, think of it like this. I can say agent is like your AI intern who think plus decide which tool to use. Full stop. Do not think further. Nothing more than that. Tools means what? Tools can be anything, like just now in the diagram. Where is that diagram? Just now in this diagram I show. In my examples, I have a Google search tool responsible to do Google search and get outputs. A calculator tool that can do arithmetic calculations. A coding tool that can do coding basically. Something like this. This is just an action. This is just an example I'm saying. So, what is an agent? Agent is a system who will think and decide which tool to use to achieve the solution. Which tool to use to achieve the solution. For example, let's say if my question is calculate the average population of Maharashtra state in India. Calculate the average population, or I can say the average, let me put it this way, calculate the average income of a person residing in Maharashtra. Let me put it this way. So in this, what is happening? He may use Google search to find total number of males in Maharashtra who are earning right now and its amount, and he may use a calculator application to take the average of all the values. So a given task can be divided into subtasks, and even creation of subtask is taken care by agents. Even creation of subtask, assigning subtask to relevant tools. Basically, think and decide. All these things are taken care by the agent. So this is where things are going one step ahead. So we are going to use a framework as an example to demonstrate an agent. The name of the framework is React Framework. Guys and girls, React is not that web programming or web UI. No. React stands for Reasoning and Action Framework, which is nothing but reasoning means what? Here, LLM will act as a reasoner to perform the following. What are the things he will perform? First, he will get the task from the user, or basically input from the user. Next, understand the task and if required, convert the given task into set of subtasks. Depends on the task, by the way. Next, identify which tool to be used for which subtask. So this is the reasoning side. This is the reasoning side. And remember, all these decisions taken care by LLM. Next, now comes the action side, wherein agent, based on reasoning received by LLM, shall, I can say, invoke the tool for the given subtask, gather intermediate outputs, the word is intermediate output of the given subtask, and then provide or return those intermediate output to the prompt for final answer. And last but not the least, though it's not a part in the written section, but the last but not least is final answer generation. Or basically we call this layer also as generation layer. Like how in the RAG we had generation layer, here also we have something called generation layer, who is wherein I can say LLM will get all context. I am using the term context. Context includes what? The intermediate outputs. So I'll just put it in bracket. The intermediate outputs plus the task plus maybe the prompt if applicable. Okay, so all these things, and generate a valid answer and return the same back to the application as a response. So this entire thing that you're seeing here, this is called the React framework. The reasoning side, the action side, and the generation side. So these three steps, wherein the reasoning side is not coded by you. Coded means you are not writing a if-else statement or routing statement or something like that, wherein you are informing the system that okay, if this is the tool, if this is the use case, use this tool. This is the use case, use this tool. No. we are letting LLM figure out when to use which tool. Yeah, one thing that we do when we create the tool is we write enough comments so that LLM will understand the role of each tool. Obviously, we need to see, like whenever you buy any tool in from the market, any electronics item from the market, you get a manual, right? You get a instruction manual. Similarly, when you prepare a tool that you intend to use with an agent, the tool must be offered with a manual, with an instruction manual. So I am going to show you that in the coding layer how we do actually achieve that, how we create that instruction manual, or how we assign that. All those things we are going to see in our coding section. But till here, I hope the intuition is clear, everybody. What is React? What is agent? How agent is different from LLM calls? And most important, this diagram. Is everybody clear with this? Kindly confirm the chat box. Very simple, very intuitive. Okay. And once we start seeing examples, whatever I have said in the class, everything will make sense. So let me go ahead and let me start with a very simple example. So today is day 6. I'll create a folder. Otherwise, I think I created basic just for demo purpose. Yeah. Okay. So right now, very simple use case. Okay. I mean, I can say it's more like a hello world program of basically tools and agents. Okay. So yeah. So first thing first, I'm just loading my environment just to ensure all the API keys are alive and available. Next, now here I am going to use the built-in agents offered by LangChain at the initial stage of my discussion. Okay, custom agent creation and all we will see in LangGraph, because LangChain team themselves says if you want to create a custom agent, switch to LangGraph, don't use LangChain. Okay, so by the way, next week we will learn LangGraph. Okay. LLM, we are just invoking this LLM. So this LLM will act as reasoner also. This LLM will act as generator also. Let me remind you. Reasoner, so this is also taken care by LLM. Generator, final answer generation. So I am going to use the same LLM object for now. You can have separate LLM object for reasoning, separate LLM object for answering. Even that is valid. But right now I am keeping things simple. What I have done is I have created a function called addition, as you can see here, and you can understand it's a simple Python function to perform addition of two numbers. That's it. Now comes the magic. To convert a normal function into a valid tool that can be called in a React system, you need to use tool class, or you need to use a wrapper class named tool. So what I'm doing is I'm creating a variable, a list variable called tools, in which I am invoking this tool class, wherein I am giving the name of the tool. The name of the tool is add numbers. I am declaring the function wherein I'm just putting a lambda expression wherein I'm saying, given the question, I want you to simply split the values. And then the description. Remember, like I told you, instruction manual. Whenever you buy a tool, you always get an instruction manual. So that instruction manual comes in the description. Okay? This will come in the description. Tool name can be anything. Now, last but not the least, I am using the built-in agent function called initialize agent. So what does an agent comprise of? The agent comprises of tools, LLM, type of the agent. So this is a zero-shot React agent. And here I am enabling logging so that we can see the intermediate outputs. In production, we disable verbose, by the way. Right now, for learning purpose, just for learning purpose, I have just enabled verbose equals true. So I'm just simply doing agent.invoke. I'm simply giving in natural language, add 44 and 51. Add 44 and 51. So here, when I ran this, let's see how agent started thinking. And remember, there's a small depreciation warning. LangChain agents will continue to be supported, but it is recommended for new use cases to be built with LangGraph. So this is what I said. The LangChain team themselves is saying that if you want to build a custom agent or if you want to build agents, switch to LangGraph, don't use LangChain. Nowadays, the thing is this way. LangChain is used for generating GenAI applications. LangGraph is used for generating agent-based applications or basically agentic applications. Okay? So point is, even the team says the same. And next week onwards, obviously, we are going to start our journey on LangGraph. So here, as you can see, when the moment I executed, can you see? We can see the intermediate output. So entering agent executor chain. So this is the task I have given. This is the task I have given. Now the LLM who is the reasoner, will take the task and he will start thinking. See, he's thinking, I need to add the two numbers 44 and 51. So he identified which tool to use. Action is what? Called add numbers. What is add numbers here? Add numbers is the name of the tool. Called add numbers. What is the input to add numbers? 44 and 51. See, the input is in string. That's why smartly I have created a lambda expression which will split and take the data. So of 0 will be 44, of 1 will be 51. String split. Hope that makes sense. Next, observation. Observation means what? Observation keyword means the output generated by the given tool. The output given by the assigned tool. So observation 95. Thought. I now know the final. See, this is LLM who is thinking that, okay, I received the answer now. Now what to do? Final answer is what? 95. Therefore, the thinking is over and now he gave me the output. So if you see, this is the autonomy side, everybody. Now we are witnessing autonomy. I never said in the entire program, kindly use calculator if someone says add so and so. Never. It is the system who identified that. Now in this example, if I tell him to subtract, it will give a weird answer. For example, if I say subtract, remember my tool can only add, okay? My tool can only add. If I give subtract, let's see what happens. Oops, my bad. 1 minute. Let me rerun this. If I give subtract, let's see what happens. Agent executor. To find the result of subtracting, I need to reframe the subtraction as an addition problem. Specifically, I can add the negative of 44 to 51. This is equivalent to calculating 51 plus minus 45. Can you see? System started thinking. Am I making sense, everybody? System started thinking. But my tool is not a valid tool to do this. That's why he gave an error. The invalid literal for integer base minus 51. So he got that colon, I mean that extra single character, that's why. So this was not a perfect tool example, but here my goal was to only show you the thinking pattern. I hope the thinking is making sense, everybody. Please confirm once in the chat. Thank you. Like I said, this is just a hello world program. Moreover, I'm just showing some experimentation. Okay. Yes, this tool can be improved. This tool can be, way more optimized. Those things can be done. There is no doubt on that. Those things can be done. Okay. As a matter of fact, in the description, I can give something like this also. If I just remove this also, that will solve the purpose, by the way. Okay. So yeah, if I try subtract now, subtract also might will work because I just changed the prompt. No, actually, yeah, the minus thing is coming into picture. Okay, no, it will not do minus. My bad. Okay, so I'll give you this basic. Okay, I'll give you this basic right now, and I will give you the code. I want you to try this in your system. Right now, we only focused on tool calling agent. Right now, we have focused on tool calling agent. Okay. Yuvraju, LLM knows which tool to use, right? It can use its non-knowledge to subtract, then why it's not using? Because I never gave him permission to use his knowledge. That's why, Yuvraj. So that's why we are going step by step. Those things what you're saying will eventually come. Using LLM's knowledge as default, those things we haven't set yet. We will be doing that. Okay. If tool knew it to calculate this, why it cannot subtract? Because my function is not that good. But why don't LLM for addition subtraction? So that's what same answer. See, guys, hold on. Before anybody asks any further question about LLM, the agent doesn't have permission to use LLM knowledge. Why? That's how it's been coded. I will discuss that later eventually. Okay, let's go step by step. Let me just go ahead and share this notes first. Today is day 6. Let me get the basics. Everybody, please check and confirm if you can access the basics notebook, the Hello World notebook. In the meantime, I'll also save the notes. Yeah, notes also I have saved inside day 6, okay? Inside day 6. Go ahead, take 5 minutes, go through the code once, then we will see next example. And yeah, don't worry about LLM knowledge and all those things. I am going to show you. Okay, I'm just going step by step. I'm just going mechanical right now. Vivek, from yesterday's code, I was getting LangChain not found error and found some solution to use LangChain Classic which work. LangChain Classic means you're working on legacy applications, Salji. You're not in LangChain 0.3. It's the version issue. Just recheck the versions and all, please. Because LangChain Classic is not usable for production demos or production one. Okay, it's not recommended. Veer step by step. I am calling React agent basically, Susendran, the agent that can reason, decide, and take action. Okay, so these are pre-made templates. If you see, it's a final variable, right? Programmatically, it's a pre-made template basically. LangChain 1 will not help you. LangChain 1 discourages you to use agents, Vishal. Use LangChain 0.3. I had installed all packages as per requirement file, still was getting many LangChain modules not found separately pip installed. Somewhere some issue with environment only, Vivek. Just recheck. Do one thing, recreate a fresh environment, ensure the Python version is 3.11.13 and redo the installation of requirement.txt. Create a new environment again. Okay, Vivek? Because see, end of the day, any issue related to package means there will be either Python version error or maybe the LangChain version error or maybe the last but not the least package corruption issue. Either of these three. Shubham, I will need to see your code to understand why that is happening. Possible reason would be maybe your prompt is not that efficient. Maybe you need to redo your prompting work. Maybe in the prompt you can give detailed answers. Something like that. If you try, mostly you will get the expected answer. Okay. Just to play with the prompts again. Maybe create a system prompt or maybe whatever the human message you have created in that, try to put something in detail. Today I'll be sharing a drive link in which you can share the code. Okay, Shubham. Today I'll be giving the instructions on how to submit assignments and all. There you can share the code at the end of the class. Okay, requesting all of you to stop your work and check my screen. As usual, time constraints are there, everybody. Please confirm if you all are watching my live screen. Thank you, everybody in the class. Please confirm by saying yes or no if you all are watching my screen. Thank you. Yeah. This is another example of a dummy tool. Okay, requesting all of you to please observe my screen. Another example, but this example I have made it little more intuitive, little more controlled. Basically, it means I can do certain things in this which you cannot do in the hello world. Hello world was just hello world. Okay, nobody codes this way. Practically, people code this way. The one which I'm showing you here. I have just added some notes so that you can read it. Okay, whatever. So everybody, practically speaking, in from LangChain 0.3 onwards, they have given a function called OpenAI Functions Agent. So who was that? Vishal, I guess it was you who said LangChain 1, right? So if you're using LangChain 1, this code will work in LangChain 1 because this OpenAI Functions Agent is available even in 1, just to keep you informed. Okay, so here I'm going to use a function called create OpenAI Functions Agent. Okay, now here, please note what is the first thing I'm doing. See, now the coding style is production style coding, which I'm going to show you. I want everybody to pay clear attention on the entire process. First thing first, I have imported the tool decorator. This is a tool decorator which will convert a normal Python function into a LangChain tool. So here I created a function called getWeather, which accepts the location and which returns a string saying that the weather in the given location is sunny and 25 degrees. Now obviously this is a fake tool. It's a fake tool. By the way, fake tool means here I am not calling any whether from Google or something. I'm not taking any information from any API. Right now, this is just a dummy function I have created. But the point is, here I am explaining you the coding style. The coding style of building a tool, everybody. So a normal Python function, which I highlighted, can be converted into a tool using tool decorator. In the old style coding, we were using tool class, if you remember. Instead of using tool class, I can use the tool decorator, and I am just creating my tools list. Right now, we are focusing on one tool per program. Eventually, I will also prepare multi-tool program for you. I will show you that also. Today only you will cover that. Now, coming back. One important thing. Now, since you are using tool decorator, how to provide instruction manual? So this is where functions docstring will act as an instruction manual. I hope everybody understands the term docstring. Triple quotes basically. Okay, the triple quote comment. Those act as a drawstring. So whatever is the role of this tool, that role you will write here. So that LLM, when he loads this tool, will understand the role of this tool. So step number 1, define the tool. Step number 2, set up the LLM. Here temperature is set to what? Tell me. 0 means what? 0 means what? Everybody in the chat box? 0 means factual. And of course, I know I need factual data, so I just said factual. Okay? Next, building an agent. Now comes the real side of coding. Pay attention. I am going to build an agent using create OpenAI functions agent, but this time I'm going to take some control. I am going to prepare the prompt so that I can take some control over the program. I'm not saying I don't want autonomy. See, autonomy can be achieved. I can even do it without taking control. But at times, for some domain-specific reasons or from whatever reasons, to avoid LLM to heavily hallucinate, we may take control. For example, here I'm creating a prompt, a system prompt saying, you are a helpful assistant that can call a weather tool. So a kind of hard coding I have done here. But this is not exactly hard coding because end of the day, LLM will read it. It's not like I'm writing an if-else statement. Now, important thing, in my prompt, I am adding something called agent scratchpad. Agent scratchpad is a reserved keyword for all the agents that is built in LangChain. So whatever built-in LangChain agents you are using, for example, this is agent based, right? Whatever built-in LangChain agents you are using, it has a parameter called agent scratchpad. What does agent scratchpad do? What does agent scratchpad do? Agent scratchpad, I'll just say here, agent scratchpad maintains all intermediate outputs. Everybody understand the term intermediate outputs? We just now witnessed in the basics, yes or no? We just now witnessed in the basics, this part. These are called intermediate outputs. Clear everybody? Please confirm. So technically this information will be coming in the prompt also. And yes, of course, the human prompt containing input. So here, when I'm declaring my agent, I'm setting up my LLM, I'm setting up my tools. I am also setting up my prompt. So here I'm initializing my agent. To execute the agent or to make the agent executable, or queryable, I am using agent executor class. So here I am initializing the agent. Whereas in the next line of code, I am making the agent executable or queryable. But so here, if you see in the agent executor class, I'm passing my agent, I'm passing my tools, and I am enabling verbose. Enabling verbose basically means it will show me the agent scratchpad output also. It will show me agent scratchpad output also. Last, invoking. Remember, it is because of agent executor that now my agent became executable. That's the reason why I'm able to call invoke method. So here I am invoking my agent. wherein I'm asking a question, what's the weather in Bengaluru? And he will print the result. Let me just execute this quickly. So I haven't executed. So this is done. 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 Now, what's the weather in Pune? Let's say whatever I put. See, invoking get weather with location equals Pune. The weather of Pune is sunny and 25 degree. Finish the chain. Output is this. Finish the output is. So now if I say, now in here, till here everything is positive. But what if I say like this? What's 2 plus 2? Can you see something different happen this time? You tell me. What different happened this time? He never called an agent. Can you see? There was no invocation of agent. There is no invocation. See, when it calls any tool, it says invoking. But when there is no invocation, what happened? Who answered the question? Who answered the question? The LLM answered the question. So something that you missed here, I'm showing you here. Like I said, let's go step by step. Why this worked here? Because whoever coded this create OpenAI functions agent have given a default statement. The default statement is, if you are not capable to get answered by the tool, please use your cutoff knowledge. Please use your cutoff knowledge. Okay, so this is something that is coded in this function, short and sweet. Okay, now let me just give you this code. I'll give you 5 minute time, go through the code, and then we will see the next example. And yes, today we are going to see multiple agents. So be very patient with me. Only 5 minutes time. Okay, first let me save it because I made a little change in this code. Don't, I think, let me resave it for safety. Yeah, now it's loaded. Everybody please check and confirm if you can access the dummy tool one notebook. Vishal, create OpenAI agent. Yeah, it is specific to OpenAI. It is only applicable. It is the helper built only for OpenAI models. Okay. But yeah, so if you want to use some other model, in that case, you can use create tool calling agent rather than using create OpenAI functions agent. So I mean, Vishal, I'll just write down that code also. Something like this. Agent 2 equals, uh, I will just say from LangChain and agents, where is that? LangChain core dot, sorry, from LangChain only, I guess it is, point 3 and agent, yeah. I'll import create tool calling agent. This will be enough. And here I can say create tool calling agent. I can here pass LLM, same LLM only, but yeah, point is here you can use the Gemini and whatever you want. So, like LLM equals LLM. Otherwise, let me write down the Gemini code. So I have my package, then why to worry? So I'll say LLM Gemini equals chat. Okay, importing again from LangChain, Google Gemini, import chat, Google Generative AI. So here I will say chat Google Generative AI. I will say my model equals Gemini. I don't remember the name of the model. Let me just pick that from here. Yeah, Gemini 2.0 Flash is enough. So here I can say LLM Gemini, and here I will say tools equals tools, something like this. I guess this will help create cool tolling agent. What is the issue? Okay, and then maybe I can call my executor, and here I'll use my agent executor. I'll ensure it's not overwriting, so executor Gemini agent. Agent executor, in which I can say the same thing, agent equals agent 2 and tools equals tools, and I'll just enable verbose also. And maybe I can simply use executor Gemini dot input, in which I can simply supply an input saying maybe what's the weather in Pune, something like this I can do. Oops, missing one. Oh, prompt. I haven't given prompt here. That's what the point was. Prompt equals, what's the name I have given? Prompt only. Okay, prompt. So this way you can use it for Gemini. Okay, I'll add this code in the Google Drive. So to get tool calling agent would be enough. Let me just update the code, everybody. I'm updating the dummy tool. Just give me 1 minute. I'm deleting the old one, updating with the new one. Go ahead and take the new one, okay? Because those who are using Gemini, you can use this. Here you go. Can you please save Gemini in a different file? So same one, I have kept in the same file. It's only the change of model. You can just check it out. The last part. I have a question about RAG. Okay. If the database contains more numerical data than text, will RAG still work effectively? See, first of all, whenever you use RAG, everything is string, ideally speaking. Database and all comes into picture, tools should be used. Okay, Praveen. So tool plus RAG. Tools plus RAG is the answer to your question. If you want to use it properly, um, see, you need agents in this scenario. Practically speaking, if I were you, I would have jumped to agents rather than, like RAG plus agents kind of situation. Or else I can create a field aware chunking method. I can use something like that through which you can achieve it. Like how we have the recursive character text splitter, we can create a custom splitter that will split based on fields, basically, a pydantic field, basically. That would be my approach. Can we see what's in agent scratchpad? This is the content of agent scratchpad. So whatever you see the output of verbose, that is the content of agent scratchpad. So the answer is to your question is enable verbose and you can see. Okay, enable verbose and you can see. There's no other way to see. I am using Grok model. Will this function work? No, no. Use tool function agent the way how I shown you here. Create tool calling agent. Okay. Agent type zero dot. So yeah, that's the React. We are enabling React agent. So React agent basically means in that actually the LangChain team has developed a prompt that will do reasoning and action. So we are just calling that prompt. In agentic AI real world scenario, is LangChain primarily used for prototyping standard workflow? Not prototyping. Let me put it this way, Jimit. LangChain is used to create RAG. LangGraph is used to create agents. I can say agentic applications. Okay, both are production ready, not prototyping. In fact, a normal agentic application is a combination of LangChain plus LangGraph, where LangChain is responsible for the LLM plus RAG, and LangGraph is responsible for agent plus autonomy. The we create combination kind of application. So in agentic, both are used together. In fact, there are some projects where I have used LangChain plus Llama Index plus LangGraph plus Groove AI. 4 frameworks together to create one application. There are situations like that also. Are we going to talk about many type of standard agents supported by React framework? No, because all are obsolete. I can talk, but it's a waste of time because all are obsolete, all are removed. Now what LangChain team says is use LangGraph and create your custom agents. Don't get into the ready-made agents that is offered by LangChain because eventually they are going to remove that. Why have we passed it 2 times when initializing, when creating? Here I am creating the, see, here I am creating the agent, here I am creating the executor. Executor means the agent will have the invoke function access. Venkata, clear? This is like only creating agent. This is like making the agent executable. Shubham already added, just check it. Updated file is already added. Okay, 1 more minute and then we'll go for the next example. Acha, you are asking the tools parameter, right? Sorry, Venkat, you are asking tools parameter, na? That's the syntax. This also expects tools parameter, this also expects tools parameter. That's the syntax, okay? Everybody in the class, shall we go for next example quickly? Shall we go for next example quickly? Yeah. Requesting all of you to stop your work and check my screen. Requesting all of you to stop your work and check my screen. Confirm if you all are watching my live screen by saying yes or why. I just need a confirmation so that I can confidently proceed. Everybody? Everybody? Thank you. See here. Now the next type of agent that I'm going to show you is a DB tool agent. DB, as the name suggests, database. I have created a dummy database. I hope that makes sense. In which I have created a table called employees and I have inserted this many records. Okay, everybody? Okay till here? Now this is a simple Python code to use SQLite to create a database. So actually I thought I will, okay, I'll just let the code create database for me. I'll delete this. Yeah. So initially I just created a dummy database. Okay. Name is company.db in which I have a table called employees in which I'm inserting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 records. Committing it, closing it. Sample database I'm creating. Oops, my bad. First, I will ensure the keys are available. SQLite creation. So sample DB create ready means you will see company.db in the location where you have DB tool example, everybody. Now, let's talk about the agent that may call database in some situation. So see here. What am I doing here? Simply calling the LLM, invoking the LLM, creating a database connection, guys. Same Python, you should know how to do database connectivity thing. Okay, here you give your database connection string and all those things are there. You use SQL database. SQL database is a part of LangChain utilities, by the way, just to keep you informed. Tools. I am setting up the query tool. So for query tool, remember LangChain offers SQL database tool, just to give you an idea. We are not going to design a function manually. I will give you one function manual design later, but I am using LangChain's feature. So database tool by default, they have query, the SQL database tool where he will do the query. It has info SQL database tool that will do information like show schema, show databases command, describe databases. Those commands are executed using info. So I am showing both examples here, query tool and info tool. Okay, DB I am setting. DB I am setting. Two tools are invoked here, info tool and the query tool. I hope that makes sense. Next, I created a simple prompt saying you are a data analyst assistant. Use info select SQL database tool to inspect the schema when needed and query SQL database tool to fetch the data. Always explain your reasoning and show the final answer clearly. Now this last statement I have added because LLM was hallucinating initially when I tested this. That's why I just added for my creativity. Message placeholder as usual for the intermediate outputs. Human input, the normal input. Sorry. Yeah. So simple prompt I have created. After that, creating OpenAI functions agent, LLM tools prompt, agent executor, agent tools verbose. Now comes the query. See the query. I am asking this question in plain language. Which department has the highest average salary and what is the amount? Highest average salary, and I'm talking about a department. I'm talking department. So we have the AI department, data, cloud, AI, data. So average, you understand how average is calculated and all. Okay. So let's see how the agent will behave. Okay. Let's see how the agent will behave. So let me execute it. I think till here it's executed. Let me execute this. See. Entering agent executor chain, invoking SQL DB schema with table equals employee. So he identified the schema. 3 rows from employee tables. SQL DB query, finish chain, the department with the highest RSL. Now, why 3 rows output created? Obviously, because the query was this query. This output is created from this query. Select department average salary as average salary from employees group by department, order by average salary, descending limit 1. The average salary is from the AI department with average salary of this much. Hope everybody is clear. Please confirm answer in the chat box. Okay. So you can see here, this is the output and this is the final output. So here, what is happening? The data is being received from the database. So someone asked me your database, I guess you indirectly got the answer, right? Why not RAG, why agent? I hope you indirectly got that answer now. Okay. So this is the practice you should follow. So I'll give you this code. Try this in your system. I hope things are getting interesting now. Kindly confirm. Oops. So DB tool example. In the same code only we have the database creation code also, so no need to give you the company.db. Yeah, go ahead, check it in your system once, read the code once. Thank you. I'll give you 5 minutes time. In the meantime, I'll be back. Vishal, so LLM is generating database query? Yes, with the guidance of Query SQL database tool. And is it able to handle complex? Yes, as much complex as required. Ensure those tables are added. Okay. In what example the agent will use LLM and not SQL database, and why? Something which is out of scope, there he will use LLM. For example, here, if I go to this program and if I say, tell me something about Prashant Nair. I currently don't have access to external database or internet to fetch real-time information about individuals. Who created this information? LLM. Jimit, clear? If something is not within the scope, LLM will participate. You feel me? Something which in not in scope. Why it shows create table in verbose result? Because in my prompt, I told him to inspect the schema when needed. Because without inspecting the schema, how will he know which columns exist, how to create SQL query? Make sense? Shweta, how to avoid LLM self-action in case tools cannot fulfill the requirement? In that case, you can write here one prompt. You can say something like this. Say, if tool can't answer the question, simply respond, I don't know. Simply respond, I don't know. Hope this answers your query, Shweta. So if I run this here, and then if I run this here, I don't know. Can you see the answer? LLM is also not responding. LLM will not use this knowledge. Okay. So end of the day, what is the secret? Prompting. Everybody understood why on day one I focused on prompting? Please confirm. Why I focused on prompt template? I hope everybody is clear. We are coming back to basics only. Good. Next question. Can you please use the lowest instead of maximum? Okay, I don't know. Let me check. Lowest salary. Let's see what is coming. Data 1 lakh. No, it's coming. Data is the department having 1 lakh salary. Average salary 1 lakh. Yeah, giving some wrong answer, I believe. Let me see what he's doing here. Select department average salary, ascending limit 1. Query is correct, by the way, right? Select department average salary as average salary from employees, group by department, order by average salary, ascending limit 1. So if you group by department, okay, order by average salary, okay. Yeah. No, but no, it's not min, it's average only. I'm using average salary. If I just say lowest salary and then answer, it will take min. See, it took the min, na? Got it? He said lowest average salary, that's why he took average. So it's actually the English problem. frankly. It's the English problem. It's not the issue with the tool, frankly. So maybe you need to rephrase your question, Sujya. That's what I feel. Like, sometimes language doesn't help communicate human beings. He's acting like a human being now. That's what I guess. That's what I guess is happening. Jimit query. Yeah, it will be deprecated. See, like I said, all these will be deprecated. What is being expected to use? Line graph. You feel me? Everybody, shall we go for the next example? Next example, everyone. Practice it at the offline. Okay. Next example. Now I am going to show you something where you can take more control. Pay attention, everyone. Requesting all of you to stop your work and check my screen. So this is my favorite code. Why? This helps me not only to teach you how to create custom functions, I mean custom tools, but also it brush up your Python skills. Those are from Python background. So I created a small agent, CSV data analysis agent. This is a custom agent that I have prepared. I'm not using any built-in function. Custom agent means what? I am using my pandas knowledge to do data analysis. And I am creating my custom tool. So everybody in the class, those who are from Python background, you may be aware of pandas. Yes or no? Pandas data frame and all. I am using that only here. Those who are from Python background might relate to me. So see here, I created a small dummy data frame, okay, and converted it into CSV. I am creating a CSV agent. So now please note, this is option number one I'm showing you, where I am using agent toolkit. So this is available in LangChain 0.3 onwards, in which we have a agent called create CSV agent. This is a ready-made function that will read CSV file and do any query on a CSV file. A very simple agent that can read a CSV file and that can do any query on the CSV file. So as you can see, CSV agent, LLM into pass, file name, verbose. Allow dangerous code should be true because come on, you must trust this agent so that he will not do code injection attacks and all. That's what you are talking about. Include df in the prompt equals false. Basically, I don't want my prompt to be super huge because there's a chance that it may max out my tokens if the result set is huge. That's why I said false. Number of head rows 5 for a small preview. And I'm asking analysis question here. So I have asked multiple analysis question. I just commented the rest of them. I'm just asking one at a time. Which department has the highest average salary? Return department and value. So when I execute this part, everybody, which department has highest average salary? Return to department and value. Module not found. Oh, so actually, yeah, this actually I created today morning. I didn't realize that I haven't installed. So yeah, here you need to install this package, LangChain Experimental. Okay, this is a recent thing. That's why I created today morning for you. So for this, a prerequisite you will do pip install LangChain Experimental. So even I will do it here. So pip install LangChain Experimental. Let him install it. What happened? Generative AI issue. That's okay. If I execute it now, module not found. What module is not found? LangChain को भी जा रही है यार, वही बात है. It's actually creating all this are issues of our so-called environment. Okay, actually I was planning to show you this, but it seems my environment is not supporting. No worries, I will show you the one which actually I have planned for you, which is this one. So see, what I said, I will be creating my custom tool based on my pandas knowledge. I will be creating my custom tool based on my pandas knowledge. Okay, so here please see, if I create a function called list columns, so to list the columns, the command in pandas is df.columns. I hope you all are aware of that. So I'm just returning that list. Head, df.head. Basically this is the command in pandas. Describe numeric. So in the describe function, if there's any numeric columns, it will give me the statistical summary. This is to give the statistical summary of the numeric column, like mean, median, mode, standard deviation, all those stuff. Group by. Group by command is using group by with some, aggregation functions. So what is happening here? See, I am creating functions. Basically, I am creating custom tool for myself. This is the best example I can give you. Customization. You can make it as advanced as possible. I kept it basic. So I created this list, tool list columns, head, describe, group by mean, basically. Okay, all these are, and all these have been converted into tool by the tool decorator, as you can see here. Next, same thing, LLM, prompt, agent, executor. In the prompt, I am saying you analyze a local CSV only using only provided tools. Do not execute arbitrary code. If tool is insufficient, say so. That's it. So I just kept it simple. In fact, I haven't told my prompt what to respond if tool is not sufficient. I just said say so, means I am giving LLM his creativity. I am leaving it to LLM's creativity to take a call on what you should respond to me. Okay. Same thing. So if I just go ahead and execute this, oops, let me just pull up everything again. I will need to refresh everything. What happened? Array, Langchain core memory is there. Why? I think my Langchain got corrupted. Let me just do one thing. Whatever is corrupted, it will repair it. Sometimes this happens. Okay, sometimes this happens. Whenever this happens, never panic. Simply restore back. Simply restore back. Now, if you try this, here you go. I'll keep this code for your reference, by the way, but see, experimental versions not recommended. That's why I always go for the custom version. Here you go. Now you can see it's working normally. So invoking group by mean, got the group by. Here's the mean salary of the department. The mean salary by department sorted from highest to lowest. This is the answer. Can you see? All using my custom tool. That is the beautiful thing, everybody. All using my custom tool. Achuraj, see, just now I solved it in front of you. Ensure your requirement.txt is perfect, which I already gave you in day one. See, it worked live in front of you. Clear? So, I'll just save this. Let me give you this code. You can disregard this part, okay? I mean, I was planning because this is a new thing they released, but this is experimental. There are some version issues and all. Will not get into this, okay? I will keep it for your reference, but more goal here was to show you the custom method. Chalo. Let me give you this. Just give me a minute. Bingo. Everybody check and confirm if you can access CSV data analysis agent. File not found employees.csv. You need to run this part of the code, Sarji. I'll do this part of the code, only this part. So you can separate it. In fact, here I'll put it also. In fact, you need to run this part of the code. Actually, I'll just put it in the chat box for your reference. Okay. Is this updated version saved on Google Drive? Updated basically means Jimit, I just shown this part. I haven't updated. If you want, I'll update. No worries. Wait. I have updated the same in the Google Drive, Jimit, for your reference. And Pranav, please use the link that I am sharing. Don't use that link because that link is folder specific link. Just give me a moment. Let me give you the root link. Here you go. Use this link or save it somewhere. So everybody in the class, Requesting all of you to stop your work and check my screen. Kindly confirm if you are watching my live screen. Thank you. Everybody in the class. One last thing for the day. Let me show you one API interaction example. Basically, we are going to use a package called Tavily. Basically, we are going to use Tavily API to get, outputs from search engines or get some real-time data from internet. Okay, so Tavily is a provider and it is trusted by all these companies, as you can see here, including LangChain himself. It provides something called a search API through which you can do Google search basically. Remember earlier Google search via API was possible, it was free. Recently, since 1 year back, they have restricted that access. So now if you want to do any search, you can either use the DuckDuckGo search or maybe you can use the Tavely's service. So the reason why I'm showing Tavely's service is because Tavely is heavily used in production grade systems. That's why I prefer to show this to you all. And yeah, for doing this demo, you can just sign up. You get a trial account, by the way. You can use your any Google. I have just muted my screen. You can use your Gmail ID basically. You can log in with any Gmail ID. For example, if you see my screen here, I have logged in with my Gmail ID. And by default, you get 1,000 credits per month for free. API usage for free. This is the researcher plan or the basic demo plan. Okay, default you will be given access to researcher plan when you log in. You can get the API keys from here. So if I just search for if I just give a new name, for example, for Edureka, let's say, and if I click on create, you can see keys created. You can click on this copy button to copy the key, which you can store in your env file. So in the env file, you can actually set up the Tavely API key. For example, here I'll do it live in front of you. So maybe if I just go ahead here, and if I say here, the parameter is Tavely, Tavily underscore API underscore key equal to, this is the key which I just now copy pasted live in front of you. I will paste it. So this I have copy pasted. I copied it from here, by the way. Okay. And then you can use Tavely in your application. So I have prepared a small demo application for you. Let me copy that and put it here. Oops, my bad. Okay. So as I said, add the following parameter. Now this key will obviously not work. I have just kept it as a demo and the notes for you. This is going to add it in the .env file and then start running the program. For all LangChain, now if you ask me which all commercial tools are supported by LangChain, this is the link that you can refer to, because every time things are increasing. So, I always say refer this website. Every time you can see Binge is supported, but it's a paid tool. Brave Search is supported, which is a free tool. DuckDuckGo Search is supported, which is a free tool. Exa Search, 1,000 searches free per month. Google Search is a paid. I told you that. Earlier, Google Search was free. Since last 1 year, Google Search is now paid. Google Serper is free. Gina, Mojic, Parallel Search API, Serp API, Tavely Search, u.com. Right now, I'm showing you example of Tavely Search. In terms of code interpreter, these all toolkits are supported. Okay. Productivity, these all toolkits are supported. Web browsing, these all toolkits are supported. Database, these all toolkits are supported. Finance, these are toolkits supported. Integration. And let me tell you what, list is increasing month by month. List is increasing month by month. So that's why what I have done for you is, in the same notebook which I'll share you later, I have maintained this link for you. Okay. Once you get the notebook, you can go through that. So right now, I'm just loading the key as usual, same story, nothing new. And now, for Tavely, obviously, LangChain offers the class Tavely search results, which makes sense. Same thing, loading the LLM, loading Tavely search, wherein I'm saying return only 5 max results, top 5 results basically. I have enabled my tools object here. And then here is the prompt. You are the helpful assistant. Use tools when needed. Always cite sources with links. always cite sources with links. So basically, since I'm using Tavily search, obviously it will get the source and everything, right? So those things are there. Next, create OpenAI executor, agent executor. See, now you see everything is same. What changes is the tool. The coding style is same. What changes is the tool. And now I'm running give for the crisp bullets of the latest progress in India semiconductor policy and include source links. When I tried this earlier, see, I was getting this output with this link. Right now I'm not running it, but yeah, what I want you all to do is I want you to try this in your system. Also, I ask a question: Who is the Prime Minister of India in Jan 2, 2025? So Prime Minister is here based on this website Jagran Josh. He got the answer. It is Sri Narendra Modi. Okay, so see, he's citing the sources also. That's the beautiful thing, you know. He's citing the sources with the link so that I am having a credible answer. So credible resource. I mean, he is saying the I am giving you answer based on this source. This is what is informing me basically. So it creates some accountability in your application, everybody. So I'll give you this notebook. Important thing, I want you all to go to this website app.tavily.com or basically Tavily platform only. This is the website. If you are not registered or logged in, it will tell you to register or log in. You can use your Gmail ID and you can register an account, create your API key, copy that in your env file, and then run the program, everybody. Okay, let me share you this in the Google Drive. Everybody check and confirm if you can access the Willy example. You can type CAL can access. I am hoping everybody can access the notebook, the Willy example. Perfect. Go ahead, try it in your system. Thank you. Siva, for any new module package installed even after successful installation, so and so, so and so, so and so. So assuming that you have installed your package in the correct environment, because at times what happens, common mistake is you might be not in the correct environment. You may be in the base environment. That can be one error. If suppose you're in the correct environment, still you're facing the issue, Siva, what you need to do is you need to just restart your notebook. So we have a restart button here, right? Restart your notebook and retry. 95% of the time, this should solve the problem. Even if this doesn't solve the problem, then there's a possibility that your VS Code is not connected to your terminal. I mean, your system terminal. So maybe that's the reason why after you're running those manually in the Jupyter, it's working and all. So in that case, either you can uninstall and reinstall VS Code, option number one, or do this Jugaad every time, the one that you mentioned. Okay. Is it the same link that gives updates on framework innovations and deprecations as well? I mean, the documentation link, Sarji, yes. But in that website, you need to see what's new. That section you need to see, where you will see the release updates and everything. Got it, Jimmy? Is Taveli also used to do web scraping of local SharePoint sites, enterprise SharePoint sites? No, no. It's a public web search API. So SharePoint Online private on-premise SharePoint ideally is not supported. You can use instead of Microsoft Graph API. That can help you. Susendran, why it's saying estimated population is 2023? Because I guess the LLM is using his knowledge. Taveli is not able to get the answer, I believe. Maybe Taveli API is down right now. If your keys are all perfect and still you're not getting an answer, that means maybe the Taveli is down. Because usually the researcher plan Taveli at times goes down, so it's normal. So it should be Taveli API key, okay? This one. But according to me, Taveli is working. Huh? There is no downtime in Taveli as per the website. Just now I checked. Receiving the following error, import error, cannot name Langsmith parameters. I guess you just recheck the environment, recheck the packages. Something is off, Mohini. Our virtual environment should be always in the project root so as to, yeah, exactly. You're right, Surya. And Taveli works. Huh? I checked the website, it is working. Huh? There's no issue with Taveli. How the Haveli URI, so URL is calling using this code. The class is written in such a way that it will contact the API server and get the top 5 results, Sarji. I mean, it's been coded internally, if that's what you're asking me. Yeah, perfect. So everybody in the class, I have a small request, requesting all of you to stop your work and check my screen. Everybody, come back, stop all your work. I have a small task for you, a real-time task. The task is, the task is, I want everybody to save this Google Drive link that I just now shared you. Save this Google Drive link. This is your assignment submission folder. Create a folder with your name. Everybody in the class, go ahead, create a folder with your name. Create a folder with your name. I have given the link. You have the edit access. Create the folder with your name. Everybody, quickly do it. Kishan, Pranav, thank you. Christine, Anurag, Shweta, Mohini. Save this link somewhere, okay? You will be submitting all your assignment solutions in this folder. You will be submitting all the assignment solutions in this folder. Clear with the instructions? Please confirm in the chat box. So those who are asking me about assignment submission, those who are asking me some queries, put your notebook here, post your query. Okay? And try to submit it by max tomorrow. Sunday, I'll be spending some time on this Google Drive folder. I'll be checking your solutions. Okay? So I'll be spending around half an hour time or 1 hour time, subject to how much it interests me. I'll spend some time on this folder. So try to submit your solutions by Saturday max. I mean by tomorrow maximum. Okay? Good. That's the syntax, Rajiv. The function expects me to pass it. I'm passing it. Okay? I mean, no specific reason. Only syntax. RAG assignments which you shared yesterday, yes. For me, it will take 2 3 days more. I joined class late and catching up with. Oh, no, Pranav, take your time. Take your time, okay? It's an optional thing. Take your time. The only thing is, if things are in sync, I will be also evaluating your assignments. That's the only benefit. But important thing is, take your time, go through all the concepts. At the end of the last 10 minutes of every class, if there's any questions related to previous classes, you can ask. So, Sendra, no worries. Anshul, you need to log into your Gmail ID before you create your account. And use the link that I have gave you. Okay, use the link that I gave you. This is the link. I'm sharing it in your chat only. Ensure you're logged into your Gmail, in your Google account. You will be able to create your folder. Sorry, I missed. We need to submit RAG assignment you shared yesterday in the folder. Yeah, in yesterday's folder. I shared 2 assignments, RAG assignment 2. Got it, Vishal? Try your best to complete it and share it, okay? Any more questions? Everybody in the class, if you have any questions, you can go ahead and ask your questions. Huh? In case there are no questions, please type NQ confirming no questions for today. And I really hope today you all enjoyed agents. Now we are in the next step. I hope you all have realized that. Yes or no? We completed our GenAI development journey. Now we are stepping into agentic journey. The first step of agentic journey is controlling tools via agents. That's what we have learned till now. Streamlit. Streamlit, no? Surya, hold that question for another 3 days. I will take a dedicated 1 hour discussion on Streamlit. Okay, hold that question. Assignment part you can ignore if I asked in assignment. Okay, that's an optional thing. In fact, in assignment it's optional. Mostly by Thursday, I will give a 1 hour discussion on Streamlit. Cool. Streamlit application, if you're creating, obviously it will be .py file, right? Because you call it using Streamlit, command line, Streamlit run app.py, like an example. So you can submit a .py, obviously. If you have created the Streamlit application, you can submit that, okay? I am open to accept both. Can I use AI for assistance as I don't know Python? Ashwat, it's an open book. Use ChatGPT, use Copilot. I really don't care. The only thing is you should know the flow. For me, that's important, Ashwat. You got me? You should know the flow. You should know what you're doing. Coding, you can take assistance. No worries. If you are having my Office 365 account, use 365 Copilot. Best. LangChain module not found. LangChain core memory. Okay, 1 minute. Huh? LangChain core memory usually should not be an issue, but okay. Let me see if I can give you any alternative. But Avchuraj, are you working on LangChain 0.3 or not? Just confirm me that. Okay. I guess LangChain core, you're working on LangChain 1.1, Sarji. That's why you're facing the issue. Please use my requirement.txt. Okay. What is Achyutaj? You are working on LangChain core 1.1.0. I need LangChain 0.3. That's the issue we are facing. If otherwise, another option in your existing environment, install LangChain Classic. That will take care of it. Okay. Install LangChain Classic. I given you the pip install command. This is another option. Anything as per your comfort. Any other questions? Okay, so once again, thank you very much for attending the class. Please ensure you fill in the feedback form. Same story, feedbacks are important because obviously these guys are observing the feedbacks. Happy with the session? Please give a score of 5, rate as excellent. See you all in next week class. Next week, we are starting with land graph. Next week, we are starting with land graph. Once we start land graph, once we cover the basics, then we will also talk multi-tool agents. We'll also talk about that. Okay. Thank you, everybody. Have a great day, all of you. Bye bye.